Hi, I'm Akirah Epps, a first-year PhD student at the University of California, Berkeley in the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. I'm a part of the Air Quality Modeling and Exposure Lab, and today I will be talking about my research on rural air pollution. Dairy farms are a type of concentrated animal feeding operation, which are typically large-scale livestock facilities found in more rural regions of the U.S., where we see heavy concentrations of these facilities found in California's Central Valley and eastern North Carolina. My research focuses on ammonia, or NH3, one of the numerous air pollutants emitted from CAFOs. These pollutants affect human health and their complex mixtures and interactions potentially have additional exposure impacts. My overarching research goal is to investigate how satellite observations, atmospheric chemical transport models, and AI can be leveraged to enhance our understanding of the dairy-ammonia aerosol relationships, specifically in heavily concentrated dairy farm regions. The first objective would be to map atmospheric ammonia over California utilizing satellite observations. In previous work, I have evaluated the spatial and temporal variation of ammonia over North Carolina using vertical columns of ammonia observations from the EOSI instrument. Satellite observations can provide measurable data on air quality in places that lack extensive ground measurements. In this analysis, I first observed that the highest concentration of ammonia were aligned with where we see the highest amounts of swine facilities. I also found that there were large racial and ethnic disparities in NH3 exposure, and then wind speed and temperature strongly influenced. I also found that there were large racial and ethnic disparities in NH3 exposure. Wind speed and temperature strongly influenced NH3 concentrations, and long-term trends suggested larger scale atmospheric shifts beyond emission changes alone. In applying similar methods over California, I have mapped here the locations of dairy and livestock facilities across the state, and I'll be using this data to continue to explore the dense animal facility regions. My second objective will be to understand the impact of elevated ammonia near dairy farms on aerosol pH and PM2.5 formation to get a grasp on the various chemical and physical processes and mechanisms that occur in the atmosphere due to these emissions. These processes are what guide the development of atmospheric chemical transport models. So before running these models, I would like to understand how these high ammonia regions would impact the ways that other pollutants interact. With this understanding, I will then evaluate whether there is bias or inaccuracy in high ammonia condition representations within regional model algorithms, and then develop a corrective layer for the model's representation of chemical transport and aerosol acidity based on more localized dairy farm data. Chemical transport models serve as a decision support tool for regulatory agencies at all jurisdictional levels. These models are essential for determining whether proposed emission control strategies will successfully transition non-attainment areas into compliance. My research seeks to bridge the gap between model predictions and real-world observations. By correcting the representative chemistry in these frameworks, I aim to enhance the predictive accuracy of state implementation plans, ultimately supporting air quality interventions and delivering measurable reductions in air pollution and improvements in public health. I would like to thank the ARCS Foundation for supporting my research and also my PI, Dr. Ivy, and the ACML Research Lab. Thank you.